How the hell did it re-enable? Just be 1 minute. Okay. Put that on. Grab. Not you. Oh, where you gone? There it is. Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is BSRaven as always, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Not gonna lie, I forgot what I did last time. I completely forgot where I was. Wait. I mildly remember something about sticking a bottle of beer up my ass? All the random things to remember. Oh yeah, there was a tent. That's right, I wanted to look in the tent.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Oh, sure, squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Are you sure?
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
Ah, Ken. Yeah. I'm actually gonna forget this with my skill point. And then I will learn. Oh, excuse me, learn. White morning. Means I lose authority, but could be useful.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Thanks, Kim.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets,
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
I don't know what to say to that.
Skibber-dee, skibber-danger. I am the rearranger.
Oh god, it's one of these.
could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think? You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I likewise.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg!
Egg!
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many venues have you organised?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
And why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Ah.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
No need. Place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Oh, yeah. Actually seen that happen before. There used to be an old priory church just around the corner from me. And it was kind of a problem. Got flattened about 9 years back. And replaced with some nice looking houses.
Dopeheads!
Burnouts.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Revachol.
Really now?
Strike that! The world!
I don't know about that.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I don't know. I'm a bit of a dopehead myself.
Oh, if it was just like that, it would be fine. But they're also spooky.
Spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
Now that's a good reason.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Tell me more.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchange giddy looks.
You put the padlock on the door?
Yes. I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation. I had to do it in an hurry.
Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
Need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Be the cool cop.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Yoink.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Thanks, man.
The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
How long have they been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
This is cool. Taking initiative is proper citizen behaviour and I endorse it.
Thank you. We just thought it was the right thing to do.
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
What's the deal with Egghead?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
Who exactly is inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
And you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
Hello.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
Ooh.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
That is an odd, very odd set of doodads you got going there.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
You haven't physically seen anyone?
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Red hair, maybe?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark sides.
The which one?
What Noid said.
So brown and older, Ruby might have dyed her hair, though it seems like a stretch at this point.
It was about something watching you?
Like, you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means? Non-human means a predator.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
Crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
Ah, bollocks. I just left Phoenix Point 2 weeks ago. God damn it.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Are you sure that was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
Alright.
You should ask her about it. It'd be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
And the machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Jacked up to some snuff station?
He means like one of those rich boy private radio stations.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff.
He appears sincere enough, sire. You could of course be wrong.
We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
I'm gonna be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads.
Well, honestly, I can't.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
Alright, something else.
Sure. What?
You mentioned the Ecclesiastes of the church?
Oh yeah, that's a Meteoran name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Humor me. What's the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
Now, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organisation who anoints the innocents want a dance club in one of their churches?
Totally.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
Good God.
Love is hardcore.
Unity!
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it, the anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
Let's go.
Feels good. Feels good. Feels good.
What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse. You look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Turns out it was lame of me to suggest otherwise.
Yeah! Yakokata, the place to be.
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head.
Oh god,
waiting
I've just
for your
noticed
body
Harry's
to
actually
start
grooving
moving.
along.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
Yes. What?
So you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scattered the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
You still do.
Oh, it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
Wait, I also smell ether. Hi.
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No,
Mixed with a peculiar chemical scent, like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. Unlike the girl outside, however, the boy's breathing is regular. Their jaws stay put and their pupils aren't dilated, so they're not under the influence currently.
What's with all the Nosafed?
The what now?
The Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter, can't even breathe.
Sounds fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
I have some.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The noser. Blast away.
Alright, enough.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
One
As
moment.
always,
It's time for logic. Already getting plus logic from something. Ah, me shirt. Okay. Hmm.
The young man with the tape.
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Here comes the night.
Not quite.
Fantasy heavyweight jam. Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core! All right!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore.
Is it though?
It is.
But is it? I mean, really?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking that too.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah!
Damn it.
The club. True. Hard. Foot. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core. All right. Yeah!
He furrows his
Hardcore. Is it though? But is it? I mean, really?
feels like you should reply with
Under the radar. Over the top.
Okay.
We're close. True. Hard. Hardcore. Hardcore to internally coherent. All core. Oh, gotta get the people going.
Hi.
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I'm also a party boy.
Two on a track. Watch your back. We're close. True. Hardcore. Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args.
Huh.
This produces a guttural Gotwaldian accent. Or maybe it's not Gotwaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
The Y to the E to the A to the A. Yeah!
He missed one A.
The old man with 6, so you have to yell it with 6 too.
I'm the hard rhymer. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata. The place to be. Yakokata.
Oh, God.
We're close. True.
Okay.
Hard. Full car.
Nope.
Hardcore.
Nope.
Hardcore to the mega.
Nope.
Internally coherent.
Nope.
All car. All right. Yeah.
He furrows his
Hardcore. Ah.
No word it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
It would have been good if I asked you a question, but now I didn't.
But there was a question?
We're close. True. Hard. Full car.
Nope.
Hardcore.
Nope.
Hardcore to the mega.
Nope.
Internally coherent.
Nope.
All car. All right. Yeah.
he furrows his
Hardcore. Ah.
So hardcore.
Is it though?
It is!
What is it? I mean, really?
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Haha!
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
And you were worried. What's wrong with music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51.
Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
Only Ultra.
It is, isn't it? I knew it. But how could it become harder core? I know the answer in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question.
No! This is the answer!
I need something else. Something extra.
Yeah! There's nothing... Isn't something hot? It's like it's...
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. Fuck yeah!
He seems sure, but you are left with the nagging doubt you might have overestimated the hardcoreness of that jam.
Good thought, reader.
No nation, but trans nation! No war, but class war!
You're a communist?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
That mean you're a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things.
Yeah! Revolution imperative!
Unless you were thinking Revolution imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
You're right.
Hardcore superstar!
I'm someone else.
Yeah!
Your real name, Jermaine.
Dark Hard Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Why are there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
Oh, would lungs be for love?
When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Really?
I think so.
Doesn't sound like a thing that would happen.
But that's what everybody saw. Explain it as you please. But it doesn't really do to just deny it ever happened.
Alright, later again.
Alright!
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Alright.
This young speed freak seems to know a lot about signs. Could he have the technical skill you're looking for? His look is intensely suspicious.
Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Ah! Hey, Dagmar. I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
What was that for? Ah! Ah! What did I do to deserve this? Ah! I actually don't remember.
Good, good. What did you want to know?
Isn't it that guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Okay. What does it mean?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths.
What?
The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death.
What?
Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Makes a little bit more sense, that one.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
Nah.
He blinks, waiting for the next question.
Yes, you're the 20. He defeat the present, or maybe...
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
Or he could be drugged out of his god.
Or drunk. Or in a clinical coma. Or glad to be dead. But those versions suck.
Alright, subject
I
over.
guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
The sign's alright now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
What?
You heard me.
Tell me about the machines you saw in church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked-up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
Supernatural? What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it, though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
So you think it's real?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you gnawing?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Oh yeah! Yoshi's a tool to be used and discarded. I remember now. Ah!
A test of your reflex.
No! Ow! My head! Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Alright, come back later. Game? Game broke. Game has borked.
Bruh.
Ah. Well, I saved. Hey, Kagu.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Roll it.
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. But before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective.
But you still are!
Everyone in here sees I'm a disgrace to the uniform.
What happened?
I happened to myself.
That's a real downer.
How? Obviously that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some detective left in me.
The young speed freak is silent. He senses something is wrong.
This isn't the makings of a club. It's a tent full of lab equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where's the friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You only have one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
You have no headphones. Wouldn't your girl need headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
I know you pawned them. Likely for lab equipment and drug ingredients.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
No Fed's here for the active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
Ether in the air. Useful solvent. Good for getting acting agent out of a solution.
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether.
Do I need a pylon anymore?
No shit.
Must have been hard for you boys to keep sober for this meeting.
We don't need drugs to be hardcore.
Shut the fuck up, Egg.
So does Estelle need drugs more than you?
We know she has a problem, man. We're working on it. She didn't exactly have a smooth adolescence.
Underneath, he is furious she ruined it for them. This means trouble for their female friend.
Maybe not today, Egg, but you need drugs to get through the day when you're not expecting me.
Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock.
Bottom line is, I know.
What exactly is it you know?
You boys tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Punishable by summary execution?
It's not!
So what are we going to do with you?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
You tell me what's really going on, we'll work from there. I can be lenient.
What do you mean by lenient?
Not calling backup and hauling you all off to the pen for starters.
Okay, man, okay. Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now. It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revachol.
Because we do! We totally do!
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
To get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off, too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
This is it. Judgment time.
Let's do this clean. No lab, just a club for anodic music. Actually, I'll look into the spookers before I decide.
We can continue on an amiable path, right? No more misunderstandings, no more lies. Before you go, is there anything else you need? As always...
So yeah, it's good you talk.
This his look.
Yeah, I suck. Yeah, I suck a sticker. You mean good? Well, I guess one could right now. You heard me. Weird stuff. What? Nothing's...
The sickest. That's perhaps...
Nothing's...
The sickest.
Most psionic powers, the odd...
It's not easy.
Yes. Further sign matching.
The young man.
This is hardcore.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore mega, internally coherent. All-core, all right.
He furrows his
Hardcore.
The question is, what is the question? But there was a question?
Back to hardcore, internally all-core.
He furrows
Is it though? But is it? No.
the skin. There is a don't be a
There's nothing wrong. Santa isn't it's like
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
Only Ultra.
it is, but how could it become harder core? I know the
Actually, it's more likely to hinder us.
Oh. What?
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
I'm thinking! And I'm thinking that Yoshi is a tool to be used and discarded! Worth it.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
That didn't work, did it?
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
Feel the movement of blood through my head.
The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm, the inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason. The abstract, the hardcore.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
That was a good question.
No! This is the answer!
Can't help right now. I need something else. Something extra.
Yeah!
Body. Wait.
Lungs are for love! When Dolores Day was I think so.
But that's what everybody saw.
No nation! The trans nation! No!
He's not a cop.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
Don't be a lunatic. Of course.
Yeah!
Unless you were thinking Revershow imperative, right?
Hardcore superstar!
That's not to be a communist.
Oh sure! I can do that! If you want that!
Please don't turn him into a moralist.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Did I turn Egghead into a moralist? You should consider your choice carefully and rationally.
Aye!
Alright, I guess he's a moralist now.
It's time to compromise!
Almost there.
Incremental change! I'm swiftly moving toward a solution which pleases nobody.
You feel Jermaine Egghead's smile is too enthusiastic. But it'll have to do for now.
One moment.
All right!
The large-headed youth
Incremental progress!
I accidentally made him a moralist. I didn't mean to, it just happened.
The large-headed youth has
Incremental progress! Yeah!
Yeah, my sides have gone walkabout as well. Roll them!
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Needs more bass!
What?
And a melody. A good melody is what makes the song really stick, so you can't get it out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I was thinking you'd know.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
It's up to the police to make the beats go harder.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
Hey, the hype man is a strong part of DJ music. But a good hype man cannot carry a song alone. He's not wrong to seek a balance. What is a good track without a hype man, and what is a hype man without a good track? So, I understand why he feels ashamed that he can't be more than a great hype man. Because he can't quite figure out how to make the track go from good to great. I don't blame him, but that just means it's not his specialty.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
Feels cold.
Does it?
Rue de Saint-Ghislain. Been there.
Oh, I know! I know this! I can tell you where it is!
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and the...
I knew that!
and the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
Alright. Save again in case I soft lock. Okay, we're functioning.
The shaggy head.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
I'll help.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
Needs empathy. Well, this told me you went inside. You see that?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Understandable.
Like a crab, you say?
What does Crab Man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
Quit stalling. What do you look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Crab Banger!
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
I believe you.
Why?
What would you stand to gain?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
What about the music place you've been planning?
It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like. If it ever comes.
Enough about the church.
Go ahead.
Guessing you knew of the plan.
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it.
I don't care. I'm loco.
Okay, but I still regret it. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise. May I ask, what did you tell them?
I'm gonna decide after I've looked into the church.
Oh, right. That's wise. Take...
See, I need more empathy. Tools.
Hello again.
Wait.
Hello again.
Send it.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo.
Hello again.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice with the drugs wearing off. At your age, or at any age, in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
People who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live in their failure with this by your side.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It is not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
The dark.
I know. I'll stick to it. So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
You said eating me? Nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
I guess there is something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No one understands that sometimes you've got to make sacrifices for the sake of progress. All very distressing.
So, the thing that's been eating you is the slow pace of social progress?
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for slow and steady progress. I just wish people would be a little more reasonable.
Okay, so you're not that upset, it sounds like.
I told you I'm highly distressed by the state of affairs.
Uh-huh. And you're sure it's social progress you're distressed about, and not, I don't know, some chick?
Perhaps.
Now that you mention it, I found these letters I'd thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
They were written in a woman's hand, and reading them did not make me feel good.
There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
I don't remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
Yeah, next to nothing.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I have reacted so strongly otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
Wait, selective memory?
Man, when I get hurt, I just want to forget that shit, you know? That kind of selective memory.
I think it's more about me getting so unbelievably drunk I completely erased all memory of this world.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
Königstein wank?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
Thanks for the bullshit psych thing, then.
You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten, though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
Yes, but it itches really, really bad.
That's it for now. Alright. Oh, shit, this way. Alright, you piece of shit.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open. Feels like electricity and a very small piece of nothingness.
Let's go.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area. Its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
It's gonna be torch time, isn't it? Holy shit. That's a sight. Strange stillness feels you should look ahead. You should walk here, not run. Grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. More of the forked lightning pattern you saw outside. Blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Hole is filled with water. Live wire runs directly into it. Hello. Mask Banger's Red Rose. And some cash. Spider has spun its web around this wood carved pillar. cracked pane of glass. Oh. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. A figure drawn in frost on the window. Best banger silk scarf.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, you can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Can't hear shit.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Definitely real. Something odd is happening around us.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Bell tower?
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Roll it. Bugger.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
Try to make out something. Anything.
There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
What's the darkness like?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork. The sense of a great height.
Blink.
You see something hanging from the rafters.
Oh shit.
Looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it. Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The Crab Man.
Quiet for now.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. You come to the right place.
The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Why am I being bonked again? I have had a bit of a problem. It's been getting out of hand lately, but...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
How do you know what I'm feeling?
I was like you once. Just dragging my feet to the next bottle. Shit was dark, Holmes.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe, just maybe, you should pay attention. Look at these crazies. What is this? A fucking intervention?
Yes.
Fuck you, Crabman! You don't tell us what to do! Tell him!
What is this shit?
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? 'Tis not an act, my liege. Saving perchance he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
You must be the crab man.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
To be fair, it's more like a spider.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
And what were you beforehand?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
I lost my memory too, but it's like I gotta create a whole new me, start again from scratch.
That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
These yours?
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Who's this mother of silence?
Oh, that's no simple question, I said. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
What will happen once you drink from that perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
You sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I think love might have been my drug. And I think I'm still hungover.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out.
I guess you have a point.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
I still don't understand.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
I still don't understand what you're doing.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Doesn't it make sense for you to sing if she's the mother of silence?
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart.
I guess that makes sense.
You may be thinking, But fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
How'd you even find this place?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Other questions?
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Some ravers want to turn this place to a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
They have reason to be scared.
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
What do you think?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
You know where the other spooker is?
¿Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is Grandma?
Wait, so there is another person living in the church, Viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
Ah.
You mean like a fugitive? No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know.
How could you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
Nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who she is?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Alright, cheers. Two decks of reel-to-reel tapes spinning on empty. Cold wind blows in from the broken gallery. In crawl. Audible Harmon while she takes recorder. Possible it's recording something?
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Wait, let me just investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Beep.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Print.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon. First case accident on San Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log Feb to March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Another password.
Received. Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished.
Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard.
Another Fortress accident, huh? Buddy!
Oh, hey, Wade. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Any chance I had the password?
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
For a first-degree murder investigation in Martinez.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
Good question.
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Thanks.
I think we're done here, essay.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
Maybe not. But we have to investigate.
The machine's keyboard, the speaker.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
That's right.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Me again.
Good. Thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Fortress accident. Huh.
I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Guylaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Thank you.
Goodbye, Fortress accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Print.
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in.
Okay.
The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Think the log might be connected?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Well, keep reading.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Hey, narcotics?
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
Then why doth the lieutenant protest against spending time here so often? 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
How'd she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Something about the backup data getting destroyed. And how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Who are all those people?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
Read.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
Ah.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
6th entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
8th entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
Wow!
That disco man must be a cell.
You must be describing a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That's me!
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
Read.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also, some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Oh shit. Hello.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're looking for a suspect in a murder investigation. Thought they might be hiding here.
No one's hiding here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day.
Money!
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close your eyes first.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. Cold air seeps in through the crack in the glass, cooling the sweat on your forehead, makes you shudder.
Alright, steam.
In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse?
Morning.
As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
This is Dolores Day.
Yes. I wasn't sure before, but this must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
Do you know the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here.
You know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces.
Who conducted the raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
Ah, crap.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
God, not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I don't remember being here.
I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Okay. Huh. A ledger of failure and hate. Right. Here we go again with the drug. It's a cigarette. Oh yeah, Wasteland of Reality.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
How did I know this is the mother of humanism?
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
What is an innocence?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A ruler?
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocent rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office now?
No, we are alone.
Okay, when did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed?
Yes! Big bummer! Boring history! Gonna keep it light, man! Keep it moving! Get fucked up instead!
Where is this coming from?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away.
Fuck this pain, Bratan! It's unhealthy!
Shut up, Necktie!
No, you must know.
What else?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era.
Wow.
Wow indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even faraway Supramuindi. Altogether, 21 of the 40 mundial nations of the time immediately accepted inacentic rule, even before her crowning.
A crowning? drowning?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vespa Messina, her homeland. The name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Then what?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
No, I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day. Constantly surrounded by her Theriers, she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity, suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefreiter, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
She's connected somehow.
She's been dead for 300 years. I am almost 1,000% certain she isn't connected to the case. None of this is, in fact. This church, the coast, this isn't a good place to get lost in.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both.
What shattered it?
Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned? Or just hooligans looking for something to break?
Who is the older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
Motto? What does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
After life, death. After death, the new life.
And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Shit! Don't know what Gree is. Like, after the world, the Gree. After the Gree, the new world. Shite, that's gonna bother me. After the grey. After the pale, the new world.
After life,
Oh.
death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death.
Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
What's the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Cool.
Eyes cool.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax paint.
Hey. I'm here for empathy. Yeah, a point of suggestion would be a good idea.
What is it?
Are you the lead programmer of We're All Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or no. Not anymore.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Who are you?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
What's with the bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
What are you doing with that?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casts in her face in a strange shadow.
On what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
Hey, don't try not to touch anything.
Great.
You seen the crab man?
Nope.
You know he's around?
Yes.
He's seen you.
And?
Okay, it's probably not a big deal then.
No. You're right. I'm not.
Have you seen Ruby?
What? No. No one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
What are you doing here?
You really like those questions, don't you?
They're bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, has she?
I need to make sure you no. There have been complaints from your the police officer. It's my job.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is this hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
Hold on a moment. That mean we're now living in a world that has holes in it?
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it.
You measure it by its surroundings. By that which does exist. Which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence. To find out where it begins.
But those are not holes of nothing.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Do you have any idea where the hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
I bet.
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
Where the crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think he might be responsible?
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
You said it's not going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Alright, that's all I wanted to know for now.
Great. Thanks.
Paying job, but would you help me contact Warship Archer?
Do I look like someone who has time for side projects at this moment?
If you want her help, maybe you should help her first.
Hey, about that hole again?
The Swallow, you mean? What a... Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dance or
Uninspired rug whipping. Okay. How do you feel about a club friend?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
And what do they want to build?
Take a guess, why don't you?
I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for the dance music.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
How do you feel about manufacturing large quantities of drugs?
I see you've talked to them. Good. Drugs are illegal, and I'm not leaving this church.
Wonderful. Now this place is also going to be a drug lab. Always something fascinating happening in tents.
His way to deal with this is, at this point, not to care. Do what you want. Wait. No. You can't say things like that when the lieutenant is present. Say it's a joke.
Oh, I was messing with you.
Just messing with us. Just to be completely clear, I am here to conduct a citizen's investigation into...
Hey. Came from the stained glass window. Still has letters on it too. Alright, let's have a word with the Ravens again.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Checked out the church.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh, man! Who is he? What did you think?
Gave me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love. Nah, seemed okay. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I dunno, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I don't think he really gives a damn.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
Yeah, talk to
A
her.
programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She did not like the idea.
What a pity. That's my favourite thing in the world.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear she's not leaving till she's finished.
And you can't just evict her?
Can't evict her. We'll have to come up with someone else.
Look at you, honour man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's old. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
Absolutely not.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
Might be easier to convince her if you drop the drug lab.
Oh man, but the drug lab is like an integral part of getting the club going.
For me, it was my favourite part. Chemistry's great. Besides, imagine all the drugs we could do if we had our own drug lab. I mean, anodic music is great and all, but drugs, they make you feel really good. When did you last feel really, really good?
Electrochemistry's gonna have words about this.
Excitement bubbles up in you. Maybe you should blast some of these drugs right here in this tent.
Who needs drugs when you've got the mysteries of Al Ghul to discover?
Nah, but you see, no one likes drunk people. Drunk people get into fights and try to hit on everyone. Now, people on speed, however...
I refuse to throw her out, but I'll try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
I'm so glad Kim's response to this whole thing has just been, not my circus, not my monkeys.
A test of your reflex.
Nope. Oh, for the love of God, I thought I... Piss. I fixed that before I even started.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre, he wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
Wait, you don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
You bitter kids, the project failed?
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it.
Why not cooperate?
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, you mentioned earlier it's not going very well. Maybe I can help?
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the boom boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offside copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
You in the studio?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Already been inside.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it.
Where exactly is it?
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
I found a note saying the copy had been moved.
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker, and signed by Sulislav.
Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Sulisław Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. Like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
I found the maker, but it's completely frozen.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
Can't you go get it yourself?
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
I should think you're part of the curse.
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil.
Don't be too harsh.
Yes, but she literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Reim Civic. I'm not making this up.
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic.
Why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project. The radio game we were working on. The backup itself is destroyed now. But I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly.
Hold on. If it's called an offsite copy, then why is it still on site?
Hey, why is it still on site?
Oh god, not this again.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. We clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
Completely frozen.
This is getting ridiculous.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
Alright, I'll go look.
Thanks. And here's my Kvalsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep the Kvalsund.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund. This glorious multi-tool makes a regular pry bar completely obsolete.
Let your work in peace now. Yes! This is why I was wanting this. Oh, you mean the one with the extremely rich guy inside? That was last stream tag when you missed that one. Okay, it's the waterfront. You gave me 3 real.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on.
Summarized reaction. Extremely confused noises. No, I need more physical instruments. Congestion, threshold, off lights. I have some saves coming.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has ice squeaks beneath your Kvalsund multi-tool. This orange machine is ice squeaks beneath.
Bollocks.
This orange machine is but ice groans and howls under the strain of your giant Kvalsund multi-tool until the lid cracks open. Blue electric lights come to life. Inside, on a frosty platform, lies an object, intricate and foreign, left there for us. Disappointment washes over you as you stare into the almost empty ice cream maker.
What? No ice cream.
A scoop of ice cream would have been nice, yes.
The lieutenant agrees. Someone's stomach grumbles.
You gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding.
We should take it back to Miss Lukanen killed as soon as possible.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? There's a radio computer upstairs.
No, I'm gonna be good. I think it was talking to Mega Rich Guy that made me a moralist.
Yes, what is it?
Not the
Yes?
copy. Here you go.
Thanks. Looks like it's the one.
What happened now?
Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it.
Wait, No. That's dangerous. She shouldn't do it.
What are you even hoping to find?
I have a theory. Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. I want to repeat their calculation, only this time with better equipment.
Okay.
Watch. What an intricate display of failure.
The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a gleaming blackness. Not a single line of data stands out. Cold sweat trickles down your spine. This is spooky as hell.
Something's very wrong with that memory.
Sona doesn't reply, her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star. Eyes scouring the millimeters.
Here. I found it.
Where?
Hold on.
Can I do anything?
Shh. Just give me a second. I'm almost...
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly.
You did it? You found the coordinates?
I found the coordinates.
She's beaming. You can feel it in your heart.
Oh my god. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Time for a celebratory drink, perhaps. Just a thought.
So, where is it?
There. In the swallow.
Okay.
Think you can help me again?
Yeah.
I need you to go move those water bolts for me. I need to double-check my calculations.
Alright.
Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bolt 2 centimeters to the left, and the fourth bolt 5 centimeters to the right.
Third
This
bowl,
should do the trick.
2 left. Fourth bowl, 5 right. Third bowl, 2 left. Fourth
Thanks.
bowl, 5.
It's awfully silent again. Measurements have been marked down around the bowls, each chalk-drawn line representing a centimeter on the floor.
Third bowl, 2
It
centimeters.
moves like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound.
Fourth bowl, 5 to the right.
Some water spills out of the bowl,
Oh crap.
wetting the floor. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall. Time to run back, or maybe walk.
Don't want to disturb the plates.
Yes, what is it?
Moved them.
Great. Everything should be aligned now.
Miss Know-It-All is hesitating.
Let's get this party started.
Yeah, let's do it. Now the only thing left to do is to unmute the headphones. If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes.
Wait, why did you have your headphones on mute?
Honestly, I'm a little scared.
Isn't it going to be just silence?
I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything.
Okay.
I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is...
You're overthinking this.
Maybe. Maybe I'm just tired.
Scary, but we have to face it.
Yeah. You're right. Let's do it.
The lieutenant takes a step back, and then nothing. Nothing happens as Sona Lokanen Kilda presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence. You can hear some small animal cross the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary.
Don't say anything.
She doesn't talk. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus. One hand cupping the headphone.
Oh,
Damn it.
hear anything?
No, of course not. Nothing happened. Let's move on.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
What do you mean nothing happened? Did you find the swallow?
No. No. My hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it. But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. That's all it is. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything. But don't get your hopes up.
Silence is silence? You're sure there's more to it?
Deception, huh? One moment. I do have a perception boost already. I don't have anything for yellow, though.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside.
Animal Crossing clothing change noises in the background.
Yes, what is it?
Let's go!
Everything disappears. You are draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes.
What does it mean?
It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
Suna, what if we just need a better sound system?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor.
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace.
Yes, but they could help with the speakers.
You mean the speed freaks?
Yes.
Of course. The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me?
What if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you?
I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence.
Great, I'll go talk to them then.
Sure. Let me know how it goes.
God, this multi-tool makes me feel like so bad guy. Just look at the damn thing. Basically his fucking exert cludge weapon.
Hi again. So, how are things going? Yes? What's the deal?
Good news! Managed to convince her. She's okay with you guys moving in, but she needs your speakers for her project.
We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of Nordic dance music.
You're gonna have to share space for a couple of weeks till she's finished.
That's fine. We can manage. And what about the side business? Have you made up your mind?
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Oh man, really? Fine. We can make do. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe.
Oh, I have a thought. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, the streets, the shop on the corner. Finally, a matchmaker's house. Sitting by the window, white flowers in the sill. Smell them from up here. Awful. A white morning. Modern death. Divorce or something. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. 20% more zoom out, huh? Oh, wow. That is actually really fucking useful. It also gives me a stat cap up, so... You didn't trash every MC in Revachol. Hopefully.
policeman. What can our village do for you?
It's further down the coast.
Not much. Where's the abbey? Some things just don't fly, officer.
So, they don't hold services there anymore?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
What else is going on?
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
What else is down coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
Which is it then?
I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
Anything else of note?
Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed.
There'll be more along the coast.
What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? Used to be a supply depot, we think. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
What's in this village?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
Is there a way to make a little money around here?
Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes. It's not hard to find.
There'll be something here.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
Pox?
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see.
What happened to the hospital?
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
Who else lives here?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
I met Lillian and her kids.
Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left.
I think I also met the drunks.
I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then, and an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are.
Right, another topic.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Me? Now it's your turn, Mr.
Harriet Dubois.
Quite a handle you got there.
Wait a minute. Years have word. That supply depot she mentioned. With the, multi-tool, I might be able to get in there. Can't be this place. Quick save.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it.
Interfacing, huh? Building before you house the engine. Must have been a big one.
An old door, worn by elements, guards. You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
We get in here.
We don't get in there.
What do you mean? We get in... Come on, we've got in the light-bending guy's container. You say we can't get in here?
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
That's who I am. Who we are.
Yeah, I understand you. I like opening doors as much as the next guy. But this one is simply beyond repair and we don't have the resources needed to open it. Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus they can't get in.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
This has been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling? I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Ah! I'm not taking no for an answer. I don't care if I need to roll a double 6. I'm sending it.
An old door, worn by you. Yes. An old door, worn by you. Rattle the handle. Yes. Better that.
Just be folding laundry all loudly when we got it.
An old door, worn by
Right.
you. Rattle the... Yes. An old door, worn by you. Rattle the... Yes.
Ah! Ah! I say.
An old door, worn by you. Rattle the handle. Yes. An old door, worn by you. Rattle the hand. Yes.
Wait a sec. It's motor rigs. Do I have anything for motor rigs? Is he... Intellect... Psyche... Damn it!
An old door, worn by elements. Got you. Rattle the... Yes.
Double 5s. Almost.
An old door, worn by you. Rattle the... Yes. An old door, worn by you. Rattle the handle. Yes. An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle. You rattle the handle a bit. Yes. An old door, worn by... You rattle the... Yes.
Ah. In. Weird.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the... Yes.
Damn it.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the hand... Yes.
Alex.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit, then push. Yes.
Double fives. Jesus Christ.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit, then... Yes.
Nope. Double twos.
An old door, worn by element. You rattle the handle a bit, then
5,
push
6.
on the
So
door.
close.
With, yes. An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit, then...
3, 4. Ah.
An old door, worn by elements. Guard, you rattle the handle a bit, then...
1, 4. Oh. I am opening this door.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit.
1, 4. I'm so glad I can quick load.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit.
3, 6.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit, then...
5, 6. God damn it. I just want the 1 in 36. Is that too much to
An old
ask?
door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit, then...
2, 1. That's not what I wanted.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit, then push.
1, 2. God damn it.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit, then...
6, 4.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit,
Dice.
then push. An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit.
6, 2. Come on. I just want 6, 6. Just this once.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit.
3, 5.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit.
5, 6. An old door. You rattle the handle a bit.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit.
Double 3.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit.
1, 5. You know what? Just to make it work.
An old door, worn by... You rattle the handle a bit. An old door, you rattle the handle a bit, then...
5, 1.
An old door, you rattle the handle a bit. Yes.
I think I just got a perfect one to use for a raid message.
An old door. You rattle the handle a bit.
6-5. Come on.
An old door. You rattle the handle a bit. Yes.
Ain't no fucking way.
An old door. Worn by... You rattle the handle a bit. Yes. An old door. Worn. You rattle the handle a bit. Then, yes. An old door. Worn. You rattle the handle a bit. Then push.
Ew.
An old door. Worn by element. You rattle the handle a bit. Yes. An old door. Worn by... You rattle the handle a bit. Then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
I decided to break my rule and look up the hints to help make the roll better. This check is rigged. You can't roll double sixes on this check, it seems. Actual bastards.
We don't get in there.
Why is that not fucking... Ah! Hang on, I'm having a jank. You're not supposed to... That's supposed to work. Why is it not working? Why am I not dead inside? I'm supposed to be dead inside. Jank! I'm an idiot, that's why. I found the source of the jank. Jank exists between Bellby and keyboard. Oh, ass. Okay, I get it. Cancel. That one. Yeah. Turns out this one was dead inside and I didn't even notice. I'm just not smart. There we go.
Bruh.
I fixed it, kind of. We even got in the light bending guy's container.
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
Oh. Okay.
What else is there to do? Not accepting isn't gonna bring the fire brigade in.
Relax, he thinks. There's no one in there.
Oh, there is one thing I need to do. Where's my conceptualization? There it is.
An old door, worn. You rattle the handle.
Frankly...
No. We've gotten into every door thus far.
I'm not going to accept this.
Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus they can't get in.
At least you can think about opening it. About doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your life. Perhaps something useful would come from this.
One more door. Anyway, oh yeah, I need to go to the kinema. So I need to get to the church. With this soul bad guy ass looking multi-tool, by the way. Seriously, look at this thing. Map. The waterfront. Kinema.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
How do I turn on the headlights?
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Push button.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl, like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time. That sound, you feel the wind in your hair as if you're already driving. But where?
Ah.
Down a narrow street, lined with shabby wooden houses, the 881 motor tract, coiling like a serpent high above. Children play under the viaduct, eyes turn to watch you as you pass.
What's ahead?
The Valley of Dogs, and before it, a familiar dome, like a ladybug without the colors. The building has a designated parking place for your carriage. This is Precinct 41, as close as you have to home now. It's far away.
Push the button.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done.
Much appreciated, Kim.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, a shimmering iridescent pattern appears. One you've definitely seen before.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Shimmering street grid?
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Where are we on this?
Let me see. Right here.
I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
All of them worse than here.
Perforations?
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally them up.
The first row has 18 dots.
Next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Let's get counting.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
The last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3? That's it?
That's it.
What does all that mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant. Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time.
Maybe you were a diplomat, or in PR. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished.
Hey!
You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Not a lot.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good. That last number.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
That's not too many.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Oh. How do you handle this strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
Hey!
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby?
Why not take up a sport? You've already got that fan gear.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Maybe I should pour one out for the boys? Fallen?
If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
I'd pour one out.
A dark pool of cheap Pilsner appears at your feet. It shimmers in the lights of the Kanema. Honorably done. You have given up some of your own blood for theirs.
Here's to you on it, Dad.
Very noble of you. Are we done here?
You ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Thanks.
The lieutenant nods.
Let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
Wow! That's cool. He is in fact 44.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front.
You are 44 years old. So, he's been copping since, 34 minus 8... 26? And you would get to use this mailbox or something.
Yes, for sending mail.
You drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like a couple of letters. About a week's worth of mail as collected in there. They'll empty this very soon. Probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slug Everard. You know he's going to play you somehow.
All right, let's go back to Everard. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late.
Fuck you, mail delivery box!
There is a hollow ring as you kick the box. It sounds like it's mostly empty. Your toe hurts now. Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box.
He does not actually think it's cool. If anything, the lieutenant feels sorry for the poor box. He's leaning in to inspect the layers of graffito that deface it.
It was actually a dick move.
The lieutenant pats the box, ever so slightly. Dodged the bullet there. He must see the box as the weaker of the two, and you as a bully. Something he doesn't stand for.
Good mail delivery box.
The mail collection box. Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
No, I'm just a disempowered individual trying to take my disempowerment out on everyday objects.
Look, there's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that, too?
I actually feel sorry for the things I've destroyed.
You're right. That's definitely not the behavior of a destroyer at all. That's just severe anger management problems and a disregard for property rights.
Yeah. That sounds like me. Put it down there. Wanted to see if you destroy the cart. No, I learned my lesson after I got karma from the mailbox. What's gonna happen? Hey. 3 T's! Oh, idiomatic. What's gonna happen? I don't want to tempt fate. For all I know, I'm going to kick the milk carton, it whacks Measurehead in the face, and he tries to kill me. Okay, let's go talk Discount Senator Armstrong.
Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. How can I help you today?
Remember the container I asked you about? I know there's a mega rich light bending guy inside.
Mega rich light bending guy? Oh my god. How did that get in there?
He's so rich he can get in anywhere.
Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega rich light bending guys.
Nothing can stop an innovative mind.
Honestly, Harry, we might be moving all kinds of suspicious things through this harbour, but I won't be caught transporting the light bending mega rich. I have a reputation to protect.
And mega rich are people too. Can't be stock tips.
No, they're not. They're vermin, and one just found a way inside my container. Soon, he'll bring the others. All 3 of them. Thank you for telling me. I'll see to this immediately. I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry.
Not for 1 second did he believe there's an actual mega-rich person somewhere in his container town.
Done. Help the signatures.
The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a real future, Harry. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
Oh, Bratan, you play the old man like a 3-string banjo. He has no idea.
Better not to gloat, sire. 'Tis arrogance that gives the play away. Be subtle.
Did you order the hangman killed?
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he's dead.
What do you gain from that?
Why, a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
Have you ever heard what 2 giant Siray's hornets can do to an entire colony of bees? They destroy it.
I have. It's a great story, Harry. Did you also know how the bee colony kills the giant hornet? They swarm and blanket it entirely until it suffers a massive heat stroke and dies.
He crosses his hands contently, thinking of the interior temperature of the wasp rising.
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1, and that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
How's that connected to the strike?
Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance.
What?
Tits from her arsehole. It's a local saying.
Actually, no, it's not.
Why are you telling me your plans?
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. It's already happening.
How many of you guys are there in the Union?
2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
How are you going to fund your independent harbour?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Everything?
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That's drugs.
Drugs!
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
Wow, a neurochemical. Psychoactive labor uprising stroke hostile takeover.
That's just the tip of the iceberg, though, isn't it?
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefed, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperazole.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidon.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned.
You don't grab a beer with the boys. You don't leave that chair.
But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
Is Ruby helping you secure this share?
Harry, if I was supplying raw materials to drug manufacturers, I would need an army of rubies.
Understood.
Makes sense to regulate the trade like this. Keep that in more dangerous hands.
Oh, Harry, you've misunderstood. I have no drugs in my hands. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez. Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth, and everyone's gonna pull their weight.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
Hold on, I don't want to look at the big picture.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. Boys. Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering?
I mean, if it has the word incorporated in it, I like it. I'm a money guy.
Yes, if you start thinking about it like that, the socialist municipal body sort of is like a corporation, isn't it? It uses corporate law. We're incorporated. I like to think we're using the best parts of all the ideologies here, Harry.
Can I ask you about specific members?
We're way past specific union members now. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big-time mode, Harry.
I get my gun.
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me. But it had to be done.
Fine. Where is it?
An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character. So watch out.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
So the gun's still with the woman who bought it from Roy.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
She was waving it around at people?
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details.
It sounds like a very disturbed and desperate individual.
Who is this old woman?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
There it is again. The Pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
You set up a meeting?
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
That's it for now.
Great, Harry, great. This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you...
I have a sneaky feeling Kim's going to want to have a word with me about the gun.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
Leo, in the future, can we keep this greeting shorter?
Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
You seem to know everyone around here. I want to ask about someone.
Mr. Everett doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
Tell me about the guy in the container.
Who do you mean, mister?
You do realize he might just be a figment of your imagination, right?
That's a guy in a suit in that container over there.
I don't know anyone like this, mister. Maybe he's one of Mr. Everett's fancy friends. He knows all kinds of fancy people with suits and purdy carriages.
He really feels very uncomfortable discussing matters related to Everett with you.
Tell me about Measurehead.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off.
Damn.
Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
That's precisely what he is. Everett's dragon.
Tell me about Manana.
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everett sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
Tell me about Titus.
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
Tell me about Renee.
The night guard. Ooh, he's a peculiar fellow. He's the strong, silent type, you could say. We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about him. He plays petanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down at the plaza. I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old Renee. They lived on the same street their entire lives. Even dated the same girl on and off for as long as I can remember. Strange fellows. Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once.
Hold up. Gaston was your human studies teacher?
Mr. Martin, yes. Don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then.
Tell me about Everett.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. Sure, mister. What can Leo do for you?
You work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
Okay.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
This guy's accent is bugging me now.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Hold on. Here's Miss Beaufort.
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, There's sadness in his eyes.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer?
So...
AKA the gardener.
The gardener?
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later.
What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Logic!
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers?
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
What's under the covers?
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think.
Looks like a massive redecorating operation, Kim.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Thanks, Leo.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
I'm off. Okay. Let me think about this. Probably use that. I have a funny feeling it's going to come in handy soon. Oh, I can find that tape. And the necktie is up to no good. Oh yeah, 1 second. I will be right back. I need the bathroom. Did that work? Yes, it did. Much better. is slightly annoying. Okay. It has been more than 3 minutes, hasn't it? Come on. Have a gone. There I've gone. One for you, Tagma. One for you. Okay. There's a couple little things I can actually do. I can call the public library. Wait. Shit, they close at 5. Ah, damn it.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I... Hold on. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
Hey!
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for any information you can provide on Billy Majan, a reader.
Billy Majan, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
On Moreau Drive in Central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majan's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
Home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Capeside Apartments, it says. That's all.
By the pier, north of here, those big apartment buildings there.
You have any other information?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
You know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majan? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay, if it was the police.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Can Marie describe what he looked like?
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What's he wearing?
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
You know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
But Billy Majan is a woman? How'd your colleague know it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Alright, that's all from me. Thank you.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57.
In the cabin, you see...
What's going on here? Alright, this leads me to where I want to go.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Ma'am, we're looking for Billy Majan's apartment.
No reply. You can hear faint sweeping inside. A gust of wind blows through your clothes. The door rattles again.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
From within comes the faint sound.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
Please let me inside. It's cold out here.
No. I'll go check the backyard door.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
There must be another way into the building.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
No trouble from me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, I really need to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
By God, this young man has the body of a decathlete. His lithe form was practically made for vaulting over the high bar.
I need to get inside. Can you help me?
Help you? No, sorry, gendarme. I have to run.
Got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Tell me anything about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Did you?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question.
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend? How intriguing. Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
What's your friend's real name? Do you see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
Tell me your name.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
Ask him again.
Listen, I really need your name.
And I really need to finish this cigarette.
But he hasn't left yet.
Son, do you train?
Occasionally. Why?
You on the track team?
No. I just like to look good.
Shame. Young man like you with a body like yours would be a credit to any track team.
Trust me, I'm not a team player.
Alright, we'll talk later.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Stay.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging.
No.
Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
You want to cry? Huh?
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry. Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
Damn it.
He's gone.
We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So he just gave up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again.
Oh. What's this?
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
Turn it.
There's a key beneath it.
Gotcha.
Rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments. We'll just have to go in and see.
And we're in. Eviction notices and missing pets. Smells of laundry detergent. Old shoe rack.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11.
Number 20.
It's a solid lump of metal, but better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls.
After you, detective.
Flamboyant poster of a white star. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads, Kraz Marzov.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Krasmazov in their bedroom?
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Nothing cool about keeping his bust on your nightstand.
He was definitely controversial. There aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution.
Books of critical theory. Bullets! Door number 9.
You hear someone walking around inside.
Apartment 8.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
You're right. I call a doctor.
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Who are you?
I'm no one. If you can call it living, it's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the cold room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Looking for a young male in his mid-20s. Dark hair, skinny build. Smoker on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
Just want to talk to him. Know where he lives?
Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I'm looking for Billy Majon. Do you know where she lives?
It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the Majons in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
I have a few questions.
Ask away, policeman.
Is one of the residents on vacation? The mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
Who lives in number 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I heard someone walking inside.
Impossible. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
I'll have a look.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Who's behind the padlocked door?
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You mean the star and antlers? That's the symbol of communism.
The symbol of what and how?
Communism. You know, like in the World Revolution.
Never heard of it.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
I'm off. Firing squad for the rich. Well, closed by Martinez Realty Associates. Well.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor.
Jeez.
A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius.
A face.
Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
The plan.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
Around.
It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
Aye.
She had an eye for beauty.
Ugh. Someone tore down the wall. No grocery list on the table and checks. Those are fate and money! Oh. 16 days of cold staples.
You hear someone walk. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes.
Again?
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
It's the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Later then. Entering this door seems a physical challenge.
Apartment's supposed to be empty. Did you break in here?
Excuse me? Of course not.
Scare them. Suspected of some big crime.
I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in.
Oh, come on.
Well, that was easy.
That was smart.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
I don't need your ID, just asking questions.
Very well, but please make it quick. I need to be back in La Delta in an hour.
What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Who lived here?
It was some kind of a moribund old man, but that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
Who lived down the hallway?
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall.
So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers, like Preptide or Pericanine.
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny. Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
Couldn't have been much. Looks shabby.
These apartments are perfectly fine. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
So what happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
Oh dear.
Of course.
Hit Magama. Hell yeah.
What now? Of course.
That's real estate agents.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
It is my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world.
Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them.
The Jamrock Shuffle. Huh.
Give me a moment.
It's just a real estate agent.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Yeah, wizards are coming.
Oh, I do like wizards. And people like that in general.
She means clairvoyance.
I'm off. Bye. Money! Wait. We'll finally open this. Been bothering me for like 4 streams. And just because it was 75 cents.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. The lieutenant motions to you. This is the door.
Don't knock. Just leave. You don't need this. You don't need to sad it up.
Knock.
Hello? Who is it?
And someone turns down the radio.
Is this Billy Majon's home?
The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
Tidying up. Nervously. There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
It's you from the book stand.
Oh,
Did you come to bring
no.
my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly.
Oh,
I'm Billy.
No.
Would you like something to drink?
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
It's not about the cockatoo.
She just nods.
No. This is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
How about some small talk before you break the news? It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
Yes?
Didn't want to talk to you.
She looks up, too anxious to say anything.
Send it!
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
What, do I just say he's dead like that?
Yes, that's the most important thing. Use that word. No euphemisms. This is what you came here for.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Majon, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband, Victor Majon, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
There was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role. Yeah.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
Hard to say at this point.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress. The handkerchief.
Yeah. No words.
A small, terrified smile quivers on her face as she takes the handkerchief and wipes away the tears. She looks disoriented.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
It burns like acid.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No. Take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
Again, I'm very sorry.
We should step outside and talk. You did well.
What now?
I'll call the station tomorrow and let them know the name of the deceased.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
Right. This is closed then.
Let's go.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security.
Damn.
Number 28.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
What do you mean?
The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right?
Suddenly, he's a little worried about your memory.
Sounds good. Tomorrow at 9.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Remember, tomorrow.
Damn. Wait, there was something on the outside.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Conceptualization, huh? Logic. Logic. There we go.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
Hold on, is architecture art?
Of course not. It's autism.
Whoa!
Box drawing. Masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Wait, what about music? Is that art?
Only the most experimental kind.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Wait, don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
No, I cannot risk another corpo diversion at this point. Go away!
Bravo. Continue. Then, the mediocre and vulgar epigones of the world. This was a good call. That guy probably thinks forensics is autism too.
Wow!
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Because you see it. Finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows. The colors. All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God. O Wallfather.
Him, I must paint this wall.
Huh? He sounds tired of it all.
Sure, I'll find the materials. Then we can come back to this magnificent wall. Now, draw nourishment from its beauty.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I suppose we have to pass by it again at some point anyway.
Wait a minute. That's right, I remember. Yeah, it's new. No one lives back here. Jeans! Money! Cold the last several winters. Smells of chemicals. Fire! Suddenly you feel the box is on fire. Fine. Roll it on. Everyone's been sleeping here recently. Sleepy?
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
We cops don't like closed doors or unreachable perches, or people having high ground on us.
Yeah, you got me now. The dynamic between us has completely changed.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Piss fart and fuck the world send their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
Seem to hold you in high esteem.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
What are you even trying to achieve?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
The heavy fuel oil.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Games are bad for you.
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
That bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
You're a miner.
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. But somehow, it never happens.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep, fortified herself against it.
Cool. I have other questions.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
And some drugs. Yours?
They just might be. Rough stuff. If you take the ride, you'd be wise to buckle your little pig belly up.
Her neurons must be on fire, the heat creating waves and ripples in all she sees. Above all, in her painting.
They make you see everything artsy?
You really think I need to be high to see the world as art?
To hell with the art part, man. It's all about the high anyway.
I don't need your paintbrush.
What for?
The apocalypse is coming. I need to warn people.
What do you think I'm trying to paint here? A mural for a better tomorrow? Why do you really need it?
For art. It's for art, okay?
Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about?
Everything is sad and shit, and we need art to make it okay. Just give me the brush.
Sounds like you're just about to live out your self-pity, not make a statement. I can't have shit art on my conscience.
To crush a man's dreams like that. I hope you're happy.
There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you suck in life and in everything.
Here we go again.
Hello again, officers.
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
And that's like...
No, it's great.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Piggo.
Stop belittling me, Cindy.
Stop quivering like jello. Then you won't get fucked.
But that would mean he doesn't say every pathetic thing that pops in his head.
Okay, I won't do that. Please just give me some paint and a brush. I need to do some art.
You're a real sad sack. You know that? Hello again, officers. Have you...
They do say the painter
That's pretty fucked up. You're a real sad sack. Sure, anytime. Us shit artists have to help one another. Besides, I was out of fuel oil anyway.
She only gave it to you because she doesn't see you as competition.
Wow.
The right idea is not coming to her. You know what you've got in that fuel canister you scavenged from your Kanema? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil. Paint and a brush.
Let's do
You're
this.
ready to do this. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
I love you, Kuno. There is actually an option saying, I love you, Kuno. Now let's do a pictogram. Yep. Yep.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we are supposed to solve.
Look, man, I'm just trying to kill time. Here's an idea.
This coin-operated viewer is fake. Your money disappears into the curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible. A half-sunken sea fort. Its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it. Its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind.
But they should have come from there.
Can you tell? From this distance? I don't think it's possible.
It's not. The details are blurry. There's water vapor in the way and waves cut into the islet.
There are ruins of some kind of building there.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
Hang in there, little one.
The little brave birch tree seems to wave back in the wind.
Okay. Well, that was an attempt. However, that's gonna have to be all for today. I feel like I did a lot and nothing at all. I know that sounds weird, but that's how it feels. But that is going to have to be all for today. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing XCOM 2 at the weekend. The amount of jank has made it a bit... Yeah... We'll see. I might figure out something else. I'm not going to raid Mistaken. I noticed he was streaming Man Who Erased His Name, and I am keeping myself well away from any stream involving that. Send him my regards, and just say, you know, I don't want to raid because I don't want to know anything about that game till I get a chance to play it myself. And I mean anything. So, until Saturday, folks, hopefully. My name has been BSRaven. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, be happy, be positive, be you, and take care. One of these days I'll remember that I can't actually show the gesture I do. God damn it!